Hey, welcome to today's episode. I am so excited to be here. If you are seeing me for the first time, my name is Brandy Shaver, and what I do is help network marketers, entrepreneurs, business builders learn how to build their business using social media and other skills and resources that are going to help you grow an incredible business. So today we are talking about the 5 simple steps to handle overwhelm. If you've ever been overwhelmed, go ahead and let me know. I was just feeling this way yesterday, and we're going to talk a little bit about the reason. But there is a lot to be said when it comes to growing your business, especially online, right? There's all the things. There's the notifications. There's the kids that need you. There's the spouse that needs you. There's the dinner that needs to be made. There's the business that needs to be built. There's the bottom line if you're making any money. There's the success. There's the not success. And it can go on and on and on and on and on. And yesterday I was actually feeling this way. If you've ever felt this way before, let me know, because I was like, you know what? I'm going to lose it if one more person asks me to do something yesterday. And you know what? As you have, like I said, projects, deadlines, work online, maybe you're still working a regular job. Family and friends, they seem to be needing, one little thing. My mom called yesterday, like all the things, right? And I was like, oh, this is crazy. Like, how am I going to get anything done? You're only one person, and you can only handle so much before you totally flip out, right? So you want to know some of the skills that help you work through this, because overwhelm can get you stuck in your business, right? Because if you're overwhelmed and you're like, there's this huge, ginormous elephant of a business that I need to grow. And when you think about it, like eating an elephant, right, all at once, that's what overwhelm is. And it can creep up on you all too often. And yesterday I had a lot of things going on. I was trying to get some tax things figured out because corporate taxes are due right soon. And you've got regular taxes due. And I was trying to find all the things and all, like I said, my mom was calling. I had lives going on. I had a podcast I was supposed to plan for and all these things. So let's get to the bottom line. We all hate feeling this way, right? We totally hate feeling this way. And so how can we stop feeling in overwhelm? And I'm going to give you 5 simple things that you can do to handle it. All right. And probably some more than 5, because there's some things that I have been aware of that has been really helpful. Number 1, stop living in the future. Okay. That's one of the things that I am guilty of. Stop living in the future. Your stress and your blood pressure builds as you think about everything you need to accomplish. Too much to do and too little time, right? And this is what happens when you live in the future, when you're thinking about all the things that has to get done. And I'm totally guilty of this. Fears of not being able to get it done and disappoint others. It plagues you, right? What's here and now? This is the part that's super important. You've got to get really clear on what's here and now in the present moment, and only what's in front of you. So yesterday when I was in the middle of that tax mess and I couldn't find the papers and I had this and that and my grandpa's estate and all these things going on, I just took a deep breath, regained control, and reminded myself of, listen, I can only do what I can do right and right now. So in the present moment, there's only what's in front of you right here, right now. The one thing that you don't want to do, which I found myself doing before, is totally just throwing it all to the side and being like, forget it. I'm going to go do laundry, right? This is what happens to me when I get overwhelmed is I'll go find something to clean or something I can organize or something I can control. And you know what? That's not going to move you forward in your business. All right. So that's number 1, is focus on what's present right here, right now. Number 2, don't make a list of 100 things to do in one day. Okay. That's not going to work. You've got to have just a very specific few things on your list to get things done. Okay. Don't overwhelm yourself with all the things. Number 2, well, that'd be actually number 3, drop the judgments. Okay, drop the judgments. Be mindful means bringing your awareness back to the present moment and not judging anything. Okay, don't judge yourself. Don't judge the situation. Don't judge yourself negatively for not being a superhero, right? That's what we do as entrepreneurs is we think that we can get all the things and we pile too many things on ourselves. All right, so don't judge yourself if you've ever been in that space, because this can take you really down a rabbit hole real quick. About, this isn't going to work. I suck at this, all the things, right? I've done it. So don't judge yourself. And don't judge others for how they act or what they say. Okay. That's on them. That has nothing to do with you. You can only control what you and what you're doing, right? That's it. Everything simply is as it is it. I have a friend that says it is what it is. Okay. And that's how you choose to respond. Everything simply is what it is, and that's okay. So the next one is making new choices. This is one that is hard for me because you're not a superhero and you can't do everything all at once, no matter how hard you try. The thing is you're going to have to understand that and stop creating the lists, right? If you look at my list, you'd die. Like, look at this. These are just like lists of stuff from yesterday, right? And I didn't even get to all of it. But, just get really clear on 2 or 3 things that you can accomplish in one day. If you're working a job and you've got, church obligations, kids, you've got a spouse and all the things, you've got to get really clear on what you're doing daily, right? And no one is perfect. This is one that I really had to deal with. And let me know if you've ever, went, oh, well, I can't do this because I'm not like so-and-so, or it's not perfect or whatever, right? Like, no one's perfect. Okay. We're all doing the best we know how to do. And when you know better, you do better. All right. So here's some simple steps to get you through this, because I am totally a believer of having like real things, action steps we can do, right? I can say, no one's perfect, don't judge others, all those things, right? But let's get really clear on when we start to feel overwhelmed what we're doing. Number 1, close your eyes and breathe. Okay. Here's one of the things one of my personal coaches taught me is that, Brandy, you don't breathe enough. You don't take in enough oxygen. Therefore, your brain is like trying to do all these things at once. So number 1, stop what you're doing. Okay. Close your eyes and take 3 deep breaths. Okay. And I teach my kids this as well. Focus on the air going through your nose and out through your nose, or in through your nose or your mouth. And what my personal coach taught me is like, breathe it in like your body's a straw. Okay. So like you're going to breathe it and it's going to go all the way up and down your body. Okay. Relax your jaw, your face, neck, shoulders, and arms. This is actually where I get super bad migraines. It's because I sit and like clench my jaw, and then say to yourself, be here now. Okay. That's it. Just focus on what's in front of you right now and finish it. Okay. Just like this live video that I was supposed to do today, I didn't get it done on time and I was a little bit stressed out about it. But you know what? I was focusing on where I was and what I was getting done, the here and now. Okay. So finish it. Make a list of everything else and either prioritize it, delegate it, or say no. Okay. One of my words for 2021 is no. Delegate is something that it's a skill that you're going to have to learn. So if you don't have delegation skills, get some. Even if you need to get an assistant, like a VA, virtual assistant is what VA means. For those of you that didn't know, like I didn't know when I got into this industry what VA meant, but a virtual assistant. Even if you need her like 10 hours a month to just do, certain things for you. Okay. So write down all the other things swimming around in your head and then prioritize, delegate it, or say no. All right. Number 4, take a break, take a walk, get a cup of coffee or tea, do nothing, while you sip it. Don't check your email while you're drinking your tea, right? Seriously, just be. You can go outside, stretch your body, those kind of things, get into an exercise class. That always helps. I know a lot of my friends that the gym is like they're out. That's where they go to de-stress. And you know what? It's not always fun, right? Going to the gym. But when you're moving your body, it gets all the stress out. So that she laughs at the way things happen here in my house. In fact, I have another friend that said, if you would just video your life, you'd be a billionaire. Because when I'm doing something, like I'll be on a live video, I've got, somebody here in the window, I've got another kid standing here doing something, or a kid underneath me doing their reading or whatever, right? But I mean, let's be realistic. With as little as distractions as possible is how you need to complete your tasks. You just have to make it work. Okay. That's what I had to do. I have 6 kids. When I started building my business online, River was just a teeny baby, and I would hold her and do my live video, and she would try to grab my camera and all the things. Right. And then the last one that I want to share, so I've given you way more than 5, but the last one that I want to share is say no to any other requests until you can comfortably include them into your prioritized list. All right. So let people know that you're maxed out right now and to be patient. I actually just had to tell some of my team this week, I'm like, look, I'm maxed out. I can't take on any more projects. Okay. Like I've got to finish what I'm working on. And the best thing that you can do is to figure out how you can in your business, build out kind of a roadmap. And I dropped a link for you in the description that you're going to be able to get more on how to do that. So you can grab that. But just know that overwhelm is going to happen as an entrepreneur, as someone building a business, right? It's kind of like you're building the airplane on the way down, is what we say in my business. And there's different types of people. There's people that get a lot of work done when you're about ready to hit the ground, right? That's called a thruster. I just learned this from a friend of mine named Beck Johnson. Like thrusters, they like wait till the very last minute and then they power and do all the work, right? There's people that just, chug along a little bit at a time because that's how they do things. There's other people that are very planned, and there's other styles that people do, but everybody's different. And so just so you know that being overwhelmed is part of being an entrepreneur, right? Sometimes when we invest in a course or a mentorship program, you're going to feel a little bit overwhelmed because you're learning new things, you're trying new things, you're doing things, and it can be a little bit scary, right? And our natural human behavior is to come back and to what we know, which is doing laundry. Okay, which for me, that's what it is. It's called the terror barrier for those of you that have done any like Bob Proctor teaches terror barrier. So what happens is you leave your safe space, right? You leave and you're going to grow as an entrepreneur. And then you get to a point where you're like, I feel overwhelmed. I feel really like I don't want to do this anymore. And I'm scared. And you'll go back to what you know. It's called the terror barrier. So when you hit the terror barrier, you've got to push through. And these skills I just gave you, the breathe, focus on one thing at a time, right? Prioritize, all those things will help you to grow your business. But remember, bottom line, your business is an elephant. Someone just put a huge elephant on your plate and you've got to eat that elephant one bite at a time. And you know what? It's on your pace. And if you get out of judgment, you'll really have more success in doing this. So if you got value from today, go ahead and let me know. If you have somebody that needs to know this message, go ahead and tag them. And I dropped a link up in the description for you so that you can get more on how you can move forward in your business. Hope you have a great rest of